Yo! What's up, guys? PKSparkxx here, and welcome to another Pokemon Sun and Moon News video. Today, we are talking about the Alolan forms. We already knew about Meowth, we already knew about Marowak, but then we have Raichu come through. Alolan Raichu, and it doesn't even look like this is an Alolan Pikachu. It's literally just Alolan Raichu. It doesn't even look like this is Alolan Cubone. Literally just Alolan Marowak. It's kind of wild. And then we have Meowth, so Meowth better evolve into a dark type Persian. As a matter of fact, it better be more vain when it evolves than it already is in the Meowth. And if you guys don't know what I mean when I say vain, I'm going to tell you guys about that in due time. But before we get into all that, I want to ask you guys a couple things. One, make sure y'all demolish the like button for me if you are hyped for these brand new Alolan form Pokemon Meowth, Marowak, and Raichu. And of course, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed today's guest. We have JayYTGamer joining us in some conversation about these new Pokemon. So say hello to the people, Jay.
Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here. Hey guys!
Oh,
Alolan Pokemon today.
Is that what Meowth sounds like when she's licking herself? Or he's licking himself?
That's what I sound like when I'm licking a Raichu because it's a honey bun.
True! Yo, I'm naming it Lil Debbie. It's time. I'm getting a female one, naming it Lil Debbie. But yeah, so if you guys, let us know your opinions about all these Pokemon in the comment section below. I love reading your comments. I love getting you guys in on the conversation, hearing different opinions or ideas, and wait until you hear the idea I have for Alolan Raichu. But first, let us get into the first one. Alolan Meowth going into a dark type. Now, Jay, did you have the opportunity to read the Pokedex on Meowth so far?
I did.
So let's get into it for the people who may not have heard. If you guys don't know, Meowth is not a Pokemon that was actually discovered in the Alolan region. It was sent there from another region. One can only assume Kanto, but it could be Johto or whoever. But it was sent there as a peace offering to the royal family. Pause for a second. Only Alola, like a Hawaiian region, will have a royal family.
Yeah, that kind of like stuck out to me too. I don't think we've ever seen like a royal line like be mentioned.
No, I don't think so.
Game.
Like you did have the king in black and white, but that wasn't like a royal line. That was more so like a cult type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that was weird, but this is actually like a royal family. Like these people are rich. They are meant to be that way, and it gets even better about the royal family that we're gonna touch into in a little bit. But for now, the royal family, Meowth was sent there as a gift from another region, and only a select few could have them as partners. Now, mind you, at this time, they are rare Pokemon. But they go into real more detail about Meowth. The Meowth and the Alola are distinct for their cunning and their great pride. Two things that they really hate. Now these two things are, again, very vain. A wound to their pride and dirt on their coins. So they don't like dirty money, and they don't want anybody telling them they ain't the ish.
Pretty much.
So it's they don't like. So at least you know, like, they ain't into no underground money laundering type of stuff. They hate dirty money.
Exactly.
But legit,
what do we think happened if I just threw mud on Alolan Meowth's coin?
Yo, I mean, shoot, it actually says right here that what is it? If either one happens, they fly into hysterics. So if you want,
make for a great YouTube video. Who wants to try it?
What, just throwing dirt on a Meowth, Alolan Meowth?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we're going to see something like that with Team Rocket and whatnot and Meowth. That's going to be fun.
Dude, they need to put that in the anime.
It's going to happen. It has to. But like legit, like I could just imagine a constant Fury swipes. Like Fury swipes would have infinite PP at that point. Like instead of
hit more than 5 times.
5, 10. Yo, actually, that seems like a decent idea.
Bro, like double, triple skill link. It's actually that time.
Yo, think about that. Think about it. If you get this Pokemon map for whatever reason, let's say you get it confused or something like that, then any attacks that Meowth has that hits once, hits multiple times, can hit twice as much. So if it's gonna hit 2 or hit 10, because it's so mad. I don't know, maybe not confusion, but it's like an idea. It's like something to make him mad. Like, okay, you just made it mad, you got it dirty. So maybe if you hit it like Mud Slap. So if this Pokemon gets hit by a ground type attack or an attack with mud in it, like muddy water, then it would like an attack boost. That's a bit like specific,
an interesting ability, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty specific, but it still was just like a thing, like a characteristic, you could say.
I mean, look, let's be honest. Some of these Alolan Pokemon have really specific abilities, like that Pikumuku thing has innards out. Like, what other Pokemon are we gonna see that has innards out, that can use its insides as a fist and punch people. Like, that's very specific. So they could have done something like this with Alolan Meowth, but unfortunately, they didn't.
I have already gone over Pyukumuku. That Pokemon is just absolutely gross.
It's cute. What?
No, it is not cute. It is gross. I like it. I like it. It intrigues me. But I want you to know, it was 4 minutes for Wishy-Washy. Oh, excuse me, Yowashi. I refuse to call it Wishy-Washy. So
Wishy-Washy is such a good.
8 minutes. 4 minutes for Yowashi. 4 minutes for like Moralaw. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then 8 minutes on Pyukumuku because that Pokemon intrigues me so much.
It really does.
It's so weird. But to get back on topic. Excuse me, but to get back on topic, it says that it said that Meowth that were offered to the royal family lived a life of luxury and pampering, which led them to have a selfish and prideful attitude, and this is what caused Meowth's form to change. So pretty much, it became incredibly vain, incredibly self-centered, and it just became dark type. So literally, it's just like it wants to steal everything. I guarantee you, it's gonna be using Thief as like a primary attack. Like every Alolan Meowth that have Thief.
Reginald. That's what I imagine Meowth. Like if Meowth could like talk outside of Team Rocket's Meowth, I feel like that's what Meowth would say.
I feel like Misty would be like an Alolan Meowth. Right, Misty? Right? You're not gonna meow now? There we go.
Need some more cat food and polish my coin.
She's actually right here, just begging for me to pet her. All right, but anyway, yeah, that's what caused Meowth's form to change. And then this is the part that gets interesting. Not only just for Meowth, but the backstory. The once rare Alolan Meowth became feral when the monarchy was destroyed, and they have become regular Pokemon seen as commonly in the Alola region as elsewhere. The monarchy was destroyed.
Who destroyed the monarchy?
Team Skull? No, it couldn't be them. They have to be new. But then again, we don't know much about Team Skull. Like we only know what they are right now, and we at least have a motive. I don't know if you noticed that, but he even spoke to Professor Kukui, and he mentioned the fact that we're rejects of becoming island captains, or fellow rejects, saying to Kukui, which means that Kukui was rejected to be an island trial captain as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of wild. I love Team Skull, but I don't know if they have anything to do with the Alolan Meowth and the royal family being destroyed. I hope that is one of those lore things that actually gets discovered.
If that can get explained in the game, that'll be great.
It better just go to like a library. You can just read up on it like you could about the history of the legendary Pokemon in black and white. I think it was black and white. I'm pretty sure it was black and white. It was black and white, right?
I think black and white. Well,
either black and white or diamond and pearl. It was one of them. Let us know in the comment section.
I want to say diamond and pearl because it was. What was that city called? It was
the one right before the eighth gym, right? Sunny Shore.
No. It wasn't in Sunny Shore. It was I can't remember what the city was called, but I think it had the library because there was that bridge, and Rorik's dad, he was the gym leader of that city, and there was a library there. I can't remember the city name. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It might have been Diamond and Pearl. But anyway, to go back to it, I hope that we learn more about Meowth. I don't have any idea. I mean, it sounds like it would have either the same exact stats, or it would be something along the lines of Liepard. Except, more physically attacking instead of Prankster. Even though Prankster's like a hidden ability, but still. Like Pickup and Technician. Aren't those the same abilities as a regular Meowth?
I do believe they are.
So, I mean, it doesn't even change anything. It's just that, the only thing that really changes is his typing, which means that, Knockoff will have Stab, which is nice. And, yes, Pickup and Technician are his original abilities.
Technician Knockoff. Stab.
Nah, that doesn't work anymore. Technician was boosted in 65, remember?
Was it?
Yeah. Like Technician used to be 40 in 5th gen, but then it got raised to 65, and everyone got mad because it got broken past the Technician boost.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that sucks. Darn.
Yeah, it's still a powerful attack.
It's still powerful in stab, so
But yeah, so the Alolan Meowth, I don't have any ideas of how this thing is going to even play. Normally I can look at a Pokemon and be like, yo, this is gonna be godlike. I like the idea of Alolan Meowth. I like the characteristic and the personality, but competitively, I don't have a single idea for his stats, for his moveset. Like I can see it learning the same exact thing just, you know, being dark type?
I think it'll be better than regular Meowth, but not so much better to where it's like a gigantic, you know, gap between the two. I think it's just gonna be slightly better just because of its typing.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much we can go about it, but I mean, it looks cute, it looks cool, and it looks well, it looks spoiled actually.
It gains more weaknesses, which kind of sucks, but I mean, other than that,
I mean, but it also gains an immunity in Psychic.
Yeah, it gains an immunity. Let's
you're right.
see.
It does gain like 3 weaknesses. I don't know. It's okay. But
Yeah.
Dark type, Meowth, Scratch Cat, what is it? Technician and Pickup. Not much difference competitively, but I mean, it's a decent Pokemon, so I'm for it. Shout out to Alolan Meowth.
Raise my whiskers, Reginald.
All right, so moving on from the Alolan Meowth, we have a Pokemon that I am really excited about to talk about both competitively and aesthetically. We have the Alolan Marowak. I can't even speak correctly because I'm so excited about this thing. But Alolan Marowak, it is so godlike. It is still the Bonekeeper Pokemon, but its typing changes drastically. It goes from a ground type, which had a pretty respectable defense, attack, and HP stat, going into a fire ghost type. The immunities that you are given, the resistances you are given. And you want to talk about resistances? Let's talk about competitively first, because I just want to get this out of my head. Yo, Jay, guess what?
Chicken butt.
That too, but most importantly, Marowak cannot be burned because he's a fire type.
Oh, true.
Marowak cannot be paralyzed if he uses the lightning rod ability.
I think he can be paralyzed by body. No, he can't get hit by body slam. Unless it's scrappy body slam, that's the only way. But you're right. Oh, and no, you can't get hit by glare either because ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Can't be paralyzed. Wait, besides, who really uses glare though? I mean, unless you're using like a Druddigan or a Superior, like you don't use glare. If you go. I mean, who's using the Arbok nowadays, or who's using a Dunsparce nowadays? As a matter of fact, you would use a Dunsparce. Never mind. You would be that guy, Jay. But but Alolan Marowak is still just decent. He can't be paralyzed because if he's holding Lightning Rod. His other ability is still decent with Curse Body. I want to assume that this Marowak, because he looks thinner and more sleek, so he's probably going to be faster and have a higher attack stat. But who knows? This Marowak could actually be a special attacker, and if he is, that means he can come in on an electric type attack, be immune to it, and get a special attack increase. Because it doesn't just power up electric attacks; it powers up all your special attack stat. So it's better than Flash Fire. I don't want to say why Flash Fire doesn't just increase a stat; it just increases fire type attack, but whatever. But still, Lightning Rod still does the darn thing. Let's talk about its typing. With Fire and Ghost, you are immune to normal. You are immune to fighting. You are immune to you're resistant to poison. You're resistant to fairy. You're resistant to grass, which is important because that's the main predator of Marowak in the Alola region. Jay, what do you think about this Pokemon? Because I clearly love it.
I did not know that Alolan Marowak was slimmer than a regular Marowak. Like, the fact that you pointed that out and I had to go and look, I'm like, what? But no, I really do like this Pokemon's design. We were expecting Alolan Marowak just because the trial captain, who was a fire type specialist, he has a Marowak, and it's like, well, that kind of just screams Alolan Marowak, and here we are with this. But I was not expecting it to be black and have blue flames on its bone. The bone looks a little bit longer as well. I love this Pokemon. I love the design. I love the colors. The backstory is nice. And I really want to use this Marowak in the game.
Getting into the backstory, because you just mentioned that. Actually, no, before we get into that, because it's a good transition. Do you think that Alolan Marowak will still be able to use the item Fit Club?
Yes, because it's a Marowak.
It's exactly. I'm still thinking the same thing, but it's like maybe the Alolan Marowak went beyond that. But now that I see that it's a bone, I'm like, maybe it will be. I don't know. It's just one of those things I think about. Like, I just ask probably the questions that don't need to even be asked. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm a deep thinker.
I mean, some people have been asking that question. It's a Marowak, so
it better be.
Club should work.
It better be. But still, like, its typing, its abilities are all decent, and its story is actually kind of. It's not really sad so much as it is just about survival. And I like it. So getting into that one, talking about its bone, the Marowak in the Alola region take bones and light both ends on fire by rubbing them against their forehead.
Savage.
So they still have the ability Rockhead, and yet they just forego it now completely.
savage.
Actually, speaking of abilities and foregoing things, I cannot figure out why they're ghost type. Like, I'm not mad at it because it makes his typing godlike. Like, it's so good, but I cannot figure out why it is a ghost type.
A lot of people are saying it's, I guess, maybe paying homage to Gen 1 and the Marowak that's in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, because you know that you have to fight the mother. That's the ghost.
I get that, but like storyline wise, how does that relate to the Alolan Marowak changing its typing to go against its natural competitors? I can understand going to fire, but then where does the ghost typing come from?
I see. That's, I don't know. I think that it's just paying homage to Gen 1 and the Marowak in Generation 1. That's really about it. That's all I can think of, because the fire type, that's easily explained. That's explained, but. Yeah.
This is the only thing I have for the ghost type, which is the next line in the Pokedex entry on Cerebi. It says Marowak's rarity, which, you know, lets you know that Marowak is a rare Pokemon, which is pretty cool. And its fearsome appearance when it dances with its bone led the people of Alola to dub it a conjurer and regard it with fear. But
that could be too.
But just because it's regarded as a conjurer doesn't make it so. So is it just the people's belief that makes it a ghost type?
I don't know, man. Like, Alola is changing Pokemon in the wackiest of ways. I mean, Exeggutor is a dragon now.
I don't get that either. I still can't understand it.
So
why a dragon?
It's a dragon. So I mean, Marowak being ghost. I mean, at least with Marowak being ghost, we can come up with some weird excuse.
Yeah, we definitely could. It's probably something that hasn't been revealed yet, but I mean, just going by from what we have, I just don't get it.
I don't know. That the only thing I can think of is Gen 1. That's all I can think of right now.
Yep. Well, if you guys have any ideas about this, let us know in the comments. We'd love to read them. But going on with the Dex entry, there are many grass type Pokemon. Marowak's natural enemies in the Alola region. This makes Alola a harsh environment for Cubone and Marowak. As a result, they live in close union with their partners. It's said that this great care for their partners allowed them to gain something like a sixth sense and resulted in their changed form. That's lame. For something that looks so cool, something with such amazing typing, that's a lame way to achieve that. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Hate me all you want.
I mean, the fire typing is cool. You know, they had to adapt and it went from ground to fire. Like,
but it's just like the reason why they got that. The great care for their partners. So I guess they just wanted to protect each other. So eventually they just started spouting fire out their bodies. Or it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't really care that the lore doesn't really make much sense to me because the typing is still godlike. But at the same time, like when these questions are asked, I like to know the answer. And the answer I'm being given just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking.
I guess their partners were like, man, I wish Marowak could handle itself against grass types. And it's
Fomantis and Lurantis.
Evolution!
Yo, Lurantis was probably out here solar blading everybody. Like it just saw an entire row of Marowak and just bladed through them all.
Bro, Lurantis, Solar Blade, 2-turn physical Solar Beam, that's crazy.
That is going to be cool. Yo, actually, I had an idea, a little deviation from the topic, talking about that real quick. I had an idea for 6th Gen. How would you feel if you use Synthesis 1 turn, you were able to use either Solar Blade or Solar Beam immediately the next turn because you're actually using photosynthesis and absorbing sunlight that turn?
That'd be a little busted.
It would be, but how would you feel if that was a thing?
And then you can just hit with a 120 base power move with like little to no sacrifice.
Okay, let's say if you do that, the base power is cut to like 80.
Okay, then that makes it a little bit more fair.
And if you use like either a Power Herb or a or Sunny Day or something like that, then it's the full 120.
I mean, if you use Sunny Day, then there's no point for synthesis.
Oh yeah, there is synthesis. You get 75% health back.
Oh, well, there's that, but then.
Oh my God, that would be destructive.
Yeah, see, PK,
actually, that's something you can do. That's something you can do right now. Yo, can someone bring back a chlorophyll Venusaur?
I mean, did it ever leave? Well, then again, Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, Mega Venusaur just kind of put into obscurity.
Yeah, it kind of left. You're
right.
Like, right.
Why would I be offensive when I could just sit there and just do nothing?
I mean, look though. Marowak can now handle Venusaur.
Fix that.
Well,
this man's hopes and dreams just got shattered.
well, never mind.
But going back to it though, going back to Marowak. What is it? The Alolan Marowak proves skilled at an attack in which now this is what I like. The Alolan Marowak proves skilled at an attack in which it waves its bone and releases a ball of flame. The fireballs are not that powerful, but they tirelessly pursue the foe. This sounds like they are making a new attack, either a priority attack or a new fire type Swift that might be exclusive to Marowak, or maybe he just invented it and other Pokemon can adopt it. But what do you think about that?
I don't know, this kind of tells me, or it says to me, that this Marowak just might end up being a physical attacker because the fireballs are not powerful. And, you know, I mean, like that sentence screams like it's going to be a special attack, but it just tells me that Marowak is just not going to be a special attacker because, you know, I mean, Marowak isn't generally a special attacker in the first place, but I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to say. I don't know if this thing's going to have any stat changes or it's going to be the same thing, but I can see this Marowak being more of a physical attacker, if anything.
I hope not, because all the best fire type attacks are special. I mean, you do have Flame Wheel, you do have Flare Blitz, you do have, what else do you have? Fire Punch.
Can we get some Fire Bone attack? Like Fire Boomerang or something?
Emblazoned Bone.
Something, yes!
Emblazoned Bone.
Yes, do that, please. Let's go, Game Freak. Chop, chop.
All right, but what is it? Overall with Marowak, how soon are you gonna get this thing on your team?
Well, see, since I'm getting both games, obviously I'm gonna be picking Litten for, you know, one game, so I probably won't get Marowak in that game. But in the other game, I'll be picking Rowlet, so I just might pick up an Alolan Marowak.
Are you going to get Mimikyu? Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, I do. I really want Mimikyu.
Yes, Mimikyu needs to know that everyone is his friend.
I love Mimikyu.
Thank you. Everyone get yourself a Mimikyu and make sure that you put an Alolan Marowak right next to it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know it took a while for us to get to this point, but I am excited to talk about this one. It is Alolan Raichu. Now, let's talk about this. When the Japanese, actually not even for the Japanese trailer, when the leaked image was actually put out about Raichu, I swore this thing was fairy. Like, look at it. Look at it. It's so round. It gets cuddly and cute looking. Its eyes are actually brighter. Like, tell me that doesn't scream fairy.
It definitely looks like a fairy type. Yeah, like, I wish it was electric fairy. I mean, it would be a bigger Dedenne, but I mean, still.
Oh my god, it would have been a bigger Dedenne.
But, I mean,
it actually would have been a bigger Dedenne. I'm never going to unsee that. Oh my god.
I am so sorry that I just
Now I'm glad it's not a fairy type. But I mean, like, this Pokemon is so darn cool. And when I found out it was electric psychic, I just assumed, I'm telling everyone, like, yo, man, it's electric fairy, it's electric fairy. Like, no, it's electric psychic. What? Yeah, it's psychic. I want a Cerebi.
It's crazy.
I want to it's psychic. What the hell? What?
Yeah.
It's psychic. Now, hear me out. I love the story about Raichu, because Alolan Raichu, because it tells you nothing. So before we get into my backstory on this thing, I'm going to tell you guys what the deck says. The Raichu and Alola have two types, electric and psychic, and they are able to wield psychic power. Alright, just there, alright. What's more,
nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. What's more, they can gather their psychic power in their tails and then ride on them to float in the air.
That's decent.
That is decent. They float. They don't even need water. They just say, you know, I'm just gonna float on my tail.
They're surfing on their tails.
As a matter of fact, if this thing can't learn fly, I'm gonna be mad. As a matter of fact, it better learn surf too.
It better learn surf. Well, I mean, usually they can get surf, but
no, before you can only get it from like an event.
Well, they better be able to teach it to TM. Shoot,
something like that. I don't know, but it better be able to learn both of them attacks. But anyway, what is it? Where we at? Okay, floating in the air. Even Pokemon researchers don't know why Raichu's form changed in the Alola region. Let me stop y'all right there. I'm going to tell you right now why Raichu changed his form and typing in order to become a psychic type. So this is what it is. So one time we had a Pichu sitting on the ocean, right? Now you remember what's his name? Puka. You remember Puka, right?
I remember Puka.
Puka wanted to surf like crazy. He wanted to do the darn thing. Well, unfortunately, Puka's owner, I forget his name, but he didn't quite make it. He kind of lost his life in a major storm. He was trying to put another flag up there on top of the mountaintop, and he just didn't make it. Slammed right into it. There, he's dead. All right. So he's going. Puka doesn't know. He's like, we know that he's sunk, but Puka's looking for him. Puka ended up going, like, just surfing on the ocean looking for his owner, or her owner, and then ended up getting to the Alola region. From there, Puka ended up losing her board in the same storm that kind of took all her owner, but landed on the Alola beach. So she couldn't go anywhere. She could not go anywhere. She's trying to figure out, how the heck can I get home? I know how to surf, but I need a board, and I can't take a board because this is actually a good Pikachu that does not know Thief, so it refuses to take its own board, but no one would give it to him because no one knew Puka's plight. So she's like, how can I do this? While she's doing this, the plight of her is like, maybe if I can evolve, I'll actually be able to do this. Like, I'll be able to get myself home. So she ended up finding the Thunderstone, ended up evolving to a Raichu. Still can't get home, so she can look for her homie, the big surfer dude. So she's still trying to figure out home, and she's like, well, hey, if I can't surf on my own, or if I can't make a board, maybe I could just, use my body. Tried to swim it, didn't work. Unfortunately, you're not an event Pikachu, you do not have surf. So tried to use a wood board and whatnot, didn't quite work. Tried to use his tail, and it was kind of working, but just couldn't figure it out because his body was just too much for the board. Cause hey, so it's like, it's thinking, like, it's forcing itself, how can I actually do this? If I could just float, it'd be godlike. It tried to use magnetic rise, learning that from a Magnemite that was around, but it wasn't quite powerful enough. So it had to charge up so much and put so much mental thought into channeling electrical energy into his tail that it ended up actually sending psychic power instead, and that is how the psychic electric Raichu came to be.
PK, there is no way they're gonna put all of that on this website.
Oh no, they're gonna shorten it out. I'm very long-winded with my language, but I'm telling you right now, that is how it is. Shout out to Puka.
Just make the title Alolan Raichu Theory. That took up half the time. That was a story. Story time with
That's how it is. No, tell me it's not solid. Tell me that is not sound. Tell me.
That's a decent story, though. That's decent.
That is how the Alolan Raichu came to be. Share it with your friends. I'm telling you. Shout outs to Puka. Oh, by the way, Puka never ended up being, finding us again, but decided to go back to the Alolan region because it could just, it felt at home there, and it was like a fresh start at the same time, and then it ended up teaching other Pikachu and Raichu the same thing, and they ended up being, becoming an electric psychic Raichu. So that's how that is. That's how, more electric psychic Raichus there. Now it's pretty much in their blood. But yeah, Alolan Raichu started from Puka, and I bet you guys would have never thought of that. So going back to the Pokédex entry.
Oh, you are the Pokédex. Hello.
The people of Alola. I'm not a Pokédex. I'm just a researcher. The people of Alola seem unconcerned by their question. Now, this is why I had to take this up, because their guess was that maybe it ate too many sweet and fluffy round pancakes.
It's a honey bun!
Y'all don't understand. I would give the most straightest face at you right now if you actually said that. Raichu has electric sacs on his cheeks, and rubbing them causes a sweet aroma to be released. The mechanism behind this is not clear, but it's thought to be connected to the psychic power that Alolan Raichu possesses. So in other words, they know nothing. They know nothing about this character, or this Pokemon.
All we know is that it looks like a pancake, and every Alolan Raichu should be named Little Debbie or Honey Bun, Cinnabon, or something sweet. And that's all we know about this Pokemon.
Basically,
PK is the researcher that we all need.
I'm about to say that. I just told you what you need to know.
PK is the researcher we all need.
I'm telling you, it's Puka, man. But so they don't tell you anything. But now y'all have the inside scoop about Alolan Raichu. But that aside, its ability.
Yeah, this ability is something else, man.
This Pokemon is made, not only did they make it to where it's great for teams with a certain Pokemon, my inner warrior self might I add, but they are going to, but they also made it to where they're bringing terrains back. Surge Surfer, Alolan Raichu's special ability, doubles its speed when electric terrain is active. And do you know what Pokemon summons electric terrain when it's on the field?
Tapu Koko.
My inner warrior self, exactly. So you just put out those two Pokemon. That's, you know, you have ourselves a speedy little bugger in Raichu using Thunderbolt on the Aerodactyl, now speeding it, and then you have Tapu Koko, who's, you know, is a freaking bird warrior. So I mean, rock out and have fun with that one. Like, that's my inner warrior spirit. So you already know it's gonna be devastating to everybody that hasn't been in contact with.
They just created a dangerous VGC team.
They really did. Now all we need to know, does Alolan Raichu still have the ability to get Nasty Plot? Because if it does,
I would assume so. If Pikachu can get it, then Raichu should be able to get it.
I mean, Pikachu doesn't get it. It's Pichu who gets it. I believe it's Pichu who gets it.
Oh, well, okay. I think in the Japanese trailer, we saw a regular Pikachu turn into Alolan Raichu.
Yes.
So, I mean, if Pichu can get Nasty Plot, we have a +2 speed Alolan Raichu on the field that can still set up a Nasty Plot and outspeed everything and just do
As a matter of fact, couldn't you just like trade over a Pikachu from 6th gen to 7th gen and then evolve it there into Alolan Raichu? Is that would it work that? You know what? It probably wouldn't work that way unless you actually caught it in the Alolan region.
I think it could work.
I mean, no, but think about it, because in Pokemon, they actually tell what generation and what region you caught it in.
Oh, you're right. Maybe, I don't know. That's a very interesting question.
So you might not be able to trade over a regular Pikachu and then just get an Alolan Raichu. You have to catch an Alolan Pikachu or breed it on the Alolan Island in order to get it.
That is a complex system, but I can see them doing that though.
My fault. I'm always making things complex. My bad.
Look, you're a Pokemon researcher. It's your job.
True.
Like, researcher PK, bro. Professor PK.
I'm telling you. I am telling y'all. Y'all can put me on a white coat. I wouldn't mind.
Professor PK.
But Alolan Raichu is cute. It's adorable. It's electric psychic, and y'all know the lore now. So you know what was it? What was it, Jay? Alolan Raichu theory.
Right. PK.
But
that was a story. That entire spiel was a story. Look, Professor PK, get it trending.
You just man, I love Alolan Raichu. It is a pretty cute.
It's a honey bun.
It is a honey bun. Alright guys, so that was a complex conversation, I understand, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and you enjoyed the lore behind Alolan Raichu. If you did, demolish the like button for me, and of course, as I said several times in this video, but I'm going to say it one more again, make sure you guys leave your opinions on everything in the comment section below. If you guys have not heard Jay's opinions on everything, and you want to know about everything he has to say about Pokemon Sun and Moon, go check out his channel. Link to that will be in the description below. Jay, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm ready for Sun and Moon, dude. I do not think they can make there's no way these games can be bad. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no honey buns. I want a honey bun now.
Praise be to Team Skull. Team Skull needs you.
Dude.
Team Skull needs you.
I'm actually signing up right now.
I'm telling you, if somebody, just as a little side note, if somebody makes a picture of, you know, Guzma from Team Skull in the Uncle Sam pose and with the text Team Skull needs you, I will retweet, use it as a phone background, everything. I would love that. So can you make that happen for me? That'd be great. But with that all said and done, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe for more content, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and of course comment section below, and most importantly, check out Jay's channel, and we'll see y'all next time. Oh yeah, and stay hot, guys. I can't forget that.
Bye.